my gosh. Oh, it's recording. Okay. Hi everybody. How's it going? Everyone take your right hand real quick. Give yourself a pat on the back. Is that Chipotle? Oh man. Okay, sorry, John gets distracted. But yeah, I mean, I printed out this whole speech, guys. I typed it up and like edited it for like 10, 10, 12 days now to figure out how am I gonna just really kick this off. And after 8 years of doing Cutco through the summertime, whether it's a rep, assistant manager, or a district manager, I think one thing holds true, guys. All right. I really, really this just I think it's so important to know you're ready. Whatever these next 3 weeks is going to bring at you, right? Whatever direction you're going to be playing, you're just ready for it, right? You wouldn't be here if you weren't, right? And I'm always reminded, I forgot which Bible verse this is, but God puts things in our life for a reason, right? To serve us, not to hurt us, right? But if I'm going to pray for courage or strength or guidance, right, or wisdom, He's not just going to give that to me, right? He's going to give me an opportunity to learn that and to develop that, right? But sometimes we don't see it in the moment, right? It's going to serve us maybe not during these 3 weeks, but this time next year. Because I want you guys all to think back, where were you this time last year? I mean, like physically, right? But mentally, maybe emotionally, right? Some of you guys had just finished up high school. Some of you guys were going into your senior year of high school with so much opportunity ahead of you, right? Maybe some nerves, right? Maybe a little anticipation, maybe a little anxiousness, like, oh my gosh, I'm a senior now. Or, oh my gosh, I'm going to freshman year of college. Like, how do I do this, right? Wherever you were, guys, right? You were ready then, right? And did you know, by the way, ready doesn't mean you know everything, right? I don't know everything, right? But I just know, hey, whatever is going to come at me, through me, right? Whatever, I have myself and I have my team, right? And I hope you guys can feel this. The reason I'm here 8 years later is because of each and every one of you guys, right? It's the challenges that we face, not just alone, but together. It's the wins that we get to celebrate, right? The worst is like if you win, you have no one to high five, you have no one to celebrate. You have a bunch of hands around here that would love to high five you, all right? And so I want to start off by saying that you guys, we are ready. And that's why we share so many stories, guys, right? And Kathy has been doing this longer than I have, but just so I'm always so inspired by all the stories that she shares, right? And it's because they made a mark, right? I am very happy to say that when I'm, older, I'm in my rocking chair, sitting on my porch, right? My grandkids are asking, "Hey, Grandpa John, right? What'd you do in your 20s?" Right? I could say I sold $13,000 worth of knives in my first 10 days on the job. Right? They probably won't think that's very cool. Hopefully they do. My favorite grandchild will. But I'm gonna think that's pretty cool, right? And that's just something that like I don't know, like just the something I love about Vector and Cutco. There's so many great perks, right? There's recommendation orders, there's scholarships, there's prizes, there's knives, right? But I think the best perk, right? And I've just seen this over the last 8 years in myself, and of course in others, is growth, right? So before we walk through these 3 weeks, just so everyone do me a favor, look like John for a second. Everyone close their eyes. Cool. Haha, that was funny. Okay. So picture yourself 21 days from now. Picture your name moving up the rankings. Picture you earning that scholarship. Picture you standing out and getting an internship, maybe in Cutco, maybe outside of Cutco, receiving an invitation to Olean, qualifying for the events team, putting yourself on pace or in a position to run your own branch office before you turn 21 years old. Picture yourself walking into the fall semester with the money that you've saved, the tuition that you've already paid. Instead of feeling financially overwhelmed, trying to balance everything all at once, having a lot of your friends or co-classmates just be struggling to make ends meet or figure out how to manage a busy schedule. You already have experience in doing so. You're the one that they're seeking out to help them with their schedule. You get to be that person. Picture your parents, your friends saying, "I'm proud of you." We all have someone in this room who looks up. We all have someone in our life who looks up to us. How would 5-year-old you look up to you after these 3 weeks? And it feels good, not simply because of what you receive, but because what it took to earn what you received. No one handed you these appointments. No one made these phone calls for you. No one faced the rejection for you. You earned it. And more important, the person you see in the mirror. The person that looks back is more confident, more disciplined, more courageous. You'll never have to wonder or think about whether you deserve something because you've accomplished something that's probably a lot harder than most things that you will face. And you will have the evidence that you can accomplish it. Okay, you guys can open your eyes now. All right. But the future is available, guys. But will not be created by just one moment. All right. Or one heroic day. It will be created through just consistently repeating that process. All right, guys, we don't get what we want. We get what we tolerate. I'm going to say that again. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you tolerate. All right. You heard Cody say, commit to the action and don't get emotionally attached to the results. You don't need to be extreme in Cutco. You don't need to be extreme in life. You just need to be consistent. All right. For some of you guys, this might be one of the hardest things you have ever had to do. This was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Why? I went to a great high school, went to a great college, was paid for. I didn't have to worry about any of that. Right. I'm very fortunate, very lucky. All right. So for me, this was the first time where, you know what? My dad didn't do this for me. My mom didn't do this for me. My grandmom didn't do this for me. I did this for me. Right. And I got to also be around other people who were going after that as well. I wasn't afraid to think big. I wasn't afraid to challenge myself. Right. I wasn't afraid to, like, you know what, figure out how I was going to fit everything into my busy schedule because I had people in my corner that were going to help me do that. All right. That is real competition. But this job teaches you real competition, not just on the reports, not just winning trophies, right? But up here. All right. So I'm going to challenge you guys as you go into this push, find the wins. You know, you heard me say this all. What you appreciate appreciates. You know, the world's going to tell you guys so many times, oh, you're not good enough, right? Or point out your flaws. Like you can do everything right, but the one time you make a mistake, right? That's the only thing that people remember, right? But going into each and every day, finding the wins. Right? That's important. I love when people, oh, that person just lucked into a 10K faster. Absolutely not. You created your own luck. You create your luck in Cutco. All right. Winning the day can't simply mean I tried though. Oh, I tried. Right? You guys, I'm a big Star Wars geek, right? Like Yoda says, there's no try. There is no try. Anon, try to write something down for me real quick. No, that's writing something down. I said, try to write something down. You just don't know what to do, right? It's like, what do you mean, right? You either do it or you don't. You will or you won't, right? The sun rises, the sun sets. We sell Cutco and we sell sets. Oh, no, we sell sets and we get Rex. Sorry, I screwed that up. All right. But guys, I also want you to know, again, whatever's supposed to happen is supposed to happen, right? This pushes also, yes, to push us out of our comfort zone, persist until something happens, all right? But it's also become the next best version of yourself, right? That means showing up to your demos, guys. Like, don't worry about the sale. Worry about having fun, right? Worry, right? Focus on, you know, being intentional with your questions, right? Focus on growth. Why not you? Why can't you be the student, right? Who has their cake and eats it too, who wins scholarships, right? Who gets to travel the world, right? Who gets to be the person who breaks whatever habits, right? Or, what's it called? Like social dynamics in your family or in your friend group, right? I'm always reminded by Drew Frank, and you guys will get to meet Drew here if you go to Olean, but cool kids sell knives. I love that phrase, right? And again, growth. Growth is not measured by feelings. Feelings lie, right? Some days we feel good. Some days we feel bad. Evidence is how growth is measured, right? All of you guys have very high standards for yourself. And I remember feeling this way, right? Where it's like, it's almost like that thing that you can never accomplish, so it feels so far away. Right. But again, I asked you, where were you at the beginning of this year? The beginning of this year, 2026, January version of Aiden, version of Addison, right? Would be so proud of the person that you are now. But when you keep raising the standard because you go after big goals, right? Sometimes we feel like, man, I'm still so far away from where I'm supposed to be, or I'm stuck, or man, like Jordan's having all the success, right? Or Kinley's I want to be like them. I want to be like Maya, who gets, you know, her first demo, her first sale, or whatever it might be. But just remember, guys, like as far away as you might feel from your goal, look at everything that you've accomplished. Look at the person that you are now, the confidence that you have, like how you're able to deal with rejection, how you're able to communicate. Hopefully you guys have seen, well, I do know how to communicate with my family. I do know how to communicate with my friends. My plans do leave the group chat, right? Cool. I can enroll more into action. And this push, persist until something happens. I challenge you guys, right? Yes, appreciate what you appreciate appreciates, but the word of these 3 weeks should be persistence. Persist until something happens, because persistence means that you take action. All right. That is not nothing what you have accomplished. I don't care what the sales report says, right? You getting up earlier, you believing more in yourself, you finding your group, you finding other people that you can lock arms with, right? That's what the alliance is all about. All right. Confidence is not something you wait to feel before you act. Confidence is the receipt you receive after taking action. I'm gonna say that again. Confidence isn't something that you feel before you act. Like normally we don't feel super confident before we do something for the first time. So if you're like, John, I'm kind of nervous. Me too. I was telling them in there, I'm so nervous. I'm nervous to give talks. I'm nervous to run interviews. I'm nervous to go into this push, right? Like we're doing really well, but I'm still nervous, right? Confidence is the receipt, though, that you received after repeatedly taking action. All right. So your story starts, guys, with your next decision, whatever that might be. And just know that you're always going to have someone in your corner, right, who is going to commend you for taking that action. All right. And this is a quote that you're probably going to hear me say 21 times this week or 21 times over these next 3 days, Joy, right? But it talks about the pattern of speed. It says a pattern I've noticed in the people who make things happen is speed. They don't overthink. They don't overplan. They don't wait to be perfect or for that perfect moment. They move. They go from one idea to another, taking action in the time it takes most people to write their first draft. John, all right. While others are debating, researching, or hesitating, they're already adjusting, making progress. Success doesn't go to the person who had the best idea. It goes to the one who actually did something about it. Right? So I'm going to be sending that to you guys a lot over these next couple of weeks. Because again, take action. You're smart enough, right? You have the right coaching and you know what to do, guys. Right? So let's just throw fear out. If you're ready, like again, you guys are all ready. Right? But do you know how to do everything perfectly? No. But this push isn't about being perfect. Right? It's about taking action. All right. And that leads me into something that we're going to read if you're on the Alliance every single day. This is called the Scroll Mark 3. Okay. This is from OG Mandino's greatest book called The Greatest Salesman. All right. And we're going to read this all together. And I'm going to read the first part and you guys are finish it with I will persist until I succeed. And I love that we've done this 8 years in a row, guys. And every single phrase is going to resonate to at least one day you've had in Vector. All right. So can you guys all kind of see it says I will persist until I succeed? Can you guys see that? Okay, cool. So in the Orient, young bulls are tested for the fight arena in a certain manner. Each is brought to the ring and allowed to attack a picador who pricks them with a lance. The bravery of each bull is then rated with care to the number of times he demonstrates his willingness to charge in spite of the sting of the blade. Henceforth, I will recognize that each day, Aiden, I am tested by life in the like manner. If I persist, if I continue to try, if I continue to charge forward, I will succeed. And what do we all say together?
I will persist till I succeed.
I was not delivered unto this world in defeat, nor does failure course in my veins. I am not a sheep waiting to be probed by the shepherd. I am a lion. I refuse to talk, to walk, to sleep with the sheep. I will hear not those who weep and complain, for their disease is contagious. Let them join the sheep. The slaughterhouse of failure is not my destiny. And what do we say all together?
I will persist until I succeed.
The prize of life are at the end of each journey, not near the beginning. And it is not given to me to know how many steps are necessary in order to reach my goal. Failure is not encountered at the 1,000th step, yet failure I may still encounter at the 1,000th step, yet success hides behind the next bend in the road. Never will I know how close it lies until I turn the corner. Always will I take another step. If it is no avail, I'll take another and yet another. In truth, one step at a time is not too difficult. Taking this push, not as 21 days, but one day at a time. And we all say together, guys,
I will persist until I succeed.
Henceforth, I will consider each day's effort as but one blow of my blade against the mighty oak. The first blow may not cause a tremor in the wood, nor the second, nor the third. Each blow of itself may be trifling and seem of no consequence. Yet from childish swipes, the oak will eventually tumble. So it will be my efforts of today. I will be likened to the raindrop which washes away the mountains, the ant who devours the tiger, the star who brightens the earth, the slave who builds a pyramid. I will build my castle one brick at a time, for I know that small attempts repeated will complete any undertaking. And what do we say all together, guys?
I will persist until I succeed.
I will never consider defeat. I will remove from my vocabulary such words and phrases like quit, cannot, unable, impossible, out of the question, improbable, failure, unworkable, hopeless, and retreat. For those are words of fools. I will avoid despair. But if this disease of the mind should infect me, then I will work on in despair. I will toil and I will endure. I will ignore the obstacles at my feet and keep my eyes on the goal above my head. For I know that where dry desert ends, green grass grows. We say it all together, guys.
I will persist until I succeed.
I will remember the ancient law of averages and I will bend it to my good. I will persist with knowledge that each failure to sell will increase my chances of success at the next attempt. Each nay I hear will bring me closer to the sound of yeah. Each frown I meet only prepares me for the smile to come. Each misfortune I encounter will carry in it the seed of tomorrow's good luck. I must have the night to appreciate the day. I must fail often to succeed only once. And what do we say all together, guys?
I will persist until I succeed.
I will try and try and try again. Each obstacle I will consider as a mere detour to my goal and a challenge to my profession. I will persist and develop my skills as the mariner develops his by learning how to ride out the wrath of each storm. And we say all together, guys.
I will persist until I succeed.
Henceforth, I will learn and apply another secret of those who excel in my work. When each day is ended, not regarding whether it has been success or failure, I will attempt to achieve one more sale. When my thoughts beckon my tired body homeward, I will resist the temptation to depart. I will try again. I will make one more attempt to close with victory. And if that fails, I will make another. Never will I allow any day to end in failure. Appreciate what you appreciate. Thus will I plant the seed of tomorrow's success and gain an insurmountable advantage over those who cease their labor at a prescribed time. When others cease their struggle, then mine will begin, and my harvest will be full. We say all together, guys.
I will persist until I succeed.
Nor will I allow yesterday's success lull me in today's complacency, for this is the greatest foundation of failure. I will forget the happenings of the day that is gone, whether they were good or bad, and greet the new sun with confidence that this will be the best day of my life. So long as there is breath in me, that long will persist. For now I know one of the greatest principles of success, if I persist long enough, I will win. And we say, I will persist, I will win. Guys, it's just freaking knives. It's just knives, right? Cool, but you have an opportunity. You see a lot of people win in this business, and you see a lot of people don't win in this business, right? And it has nothing to do with the product itself. I love being a vector manager because I don't have to worry about the product, right? I get to focus on the people. I get to focus on the relationships, right? And I get to see each and every one of you guys win. You guys have all won in this business, right? And it all started with showing up. So I challenge you guys over these next 3 weeks, right? Show up the best that you can. If you can't do every day, that's fine, right? But some is better than none, right? But I do not take for granted. Miss Kristen, Mr. Spencer, Isabella, Josh, we do not take for granted the opportunity, right? To be your mentors, to be your manager, and just be a person of influence for you, right? Whether you're feeling great or whether you need that little sense of motivation. This is my 8th competition. This is for a lot of you guys, is your first. Right? So you maybe don't know what to tell yourself in that moment when that adversity hits, or even what to do when you have a big order, right? I remember Ava yesterday, she sold her first complete set. She was like, I don't even know what to do. I was like, well, you hit checkout, right? And then you go buy yourself something pretty, all right? And then she went to go see a scary movie. I was like, that is the opposite of what you should do when you sell a complete set, if you know John, all right? But I'm so proud of you. I was like, you know what? Here, go buy some popcorn. You know, apparently popcorn's $12 at the movie theater. And I was like, that was a bigger sell than I thought I was going to do, but it's okay, right? But anyway, just thank you guys. Let's have some fun. Let's lean into each other, guys. All right, this job is way too hard to do by yourself. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. All right. So I just really appreciate it. Let us know if you guys have any questions. I don't know what we're supposed to do after this. I got to go teach over there though. But I will say this: if you need, like, who has ever gotten a voice memo or text message or something like that from John? Cool. Like I've been doing it better. I've been doing it a little better. I've been doing it a little better now, right? But guys, just reach out to me, right? Please, 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 right? Yes. Anyway, thank you guys. I can't wait to see you guys in Austin. Do whatever you can to get to Austin, guys. If that means John's gonna pick you up on 5 o'clock in the morning. I did it last year. Cool. All right, but I mean, there's people don't wake up in time, so I go knock on some people's doors, wake them up, win. All right. So anyway, thank you guys. And what are you supposed to do next? Oh, see ya. Cool. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Can we leave things how we found it? Yesterday, like, there was like 30 half-drinking water bottles. I wanted to cry. So, yes. So,
That one's
talk too fast. It's okay. Yeah.
Well, and so it wasn't even that, like, I didn't even finish the full demo.
What happened?
Hey,
She
you
goes,
play with a partner really quick. If you have time, you gotta go, you gotta go. But the
Yeah,
coaching sheet and doing this so that you know how to do this.
still sold 581 CPO.
That's okay.